Hey, this is Josh from Cattle Decapitation. You're watching CMS TV.
From the Warning release, it's Queensryche right there with Take Hold of the Flame. That one going out by request to, who is this for? Steve in Baltimore. And we also heard something from Jim Baldup. He wanted to hear King Karma there with Blue Monday, and something for our good friend Sal in the chat room, Great White with Rock Me, putting Chris to sleep. So
I don't know what it is. I mean, dude, they're super nice guys. Have always been. Their music just has always bored me to death.
Well, it's just that kind of blues, just that very blues rock stuff. I mean, it's, you know, I don't know. I've always been a Great White fan, and, you know, got to know those guys over the years. And, you know, Jack has always just been a fantastically friendly guy.
Yeah.
You know,
and Mark too. Mark's always been friendly to. I again have no issue with the guys. Musically, if I'm looking for bluesy stuff, I'm going AC/DC or Airborne.
Right.
Not slow on a desert moon or whatever. Yeah, it's not my thing.
Sure. Well, speaking of Great White, as far as the Mark Kendall version is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
How's their new guy doing? I mean, I think our friend CMS Mikey went out to see them and photographed them this past week, just a couple of days ago. I guess they were playing with Slaughter over in Warren. And anything on those guys? I can't keep up with it because they changed the singer just about every week, you know.
I know his name is Brett Carlisle.
Okay.
I think.
Something
Carlisle.
How well is he doing? Can you find anything from him lately? Like live? Anybody?
I'm sure he's good.
I mean, again, I don't know because, you know, obviously they had Mitch Malloy and the guy from
Andrew Freeman.
Andrew Freeman, and they, you know, whomever can
Terry Luce.
Who could fit the bill this week.
Yeah.
No, it's just the whole thing is you just cannot replicate or replace Jack Russell. I mean, he's just one of those identifiable voices. You know?
I mean, this new guy I think sounds like him, but again, I don't know. Honestly, it's a band I wouldn't even click on normally. You know.
Well, I'm curious. I mean, I could research this out myself, but I just, since we're just talking about it, I was wondering if you had seen or heard anything or knew anything about it, or
I have not, but we will.
How this guy is doing, or because, you know, anytime you hear any news or read anything, quote unquote, Great White related, it's Jack Russell's Great White.
Right. Well,
you never hear anything about the Mark Kendall version at all.
No. Well, let's learn together, shall we? How's that?
Right. All right.
This is Once Bitten, Twice Shy.
Okay.
Let's see what this sounds like. You know what I don't like about this? He sounds fine as far as I'm concerned, but
you know, he does okay. It just sounds tired.
Well, there's that, but And all right, this is me very much nitpicking, and I know I am. But I don't like that some of the guys are dressed like they're in a band and some are dressed like they just got there. You got this guy, the bass player. Who's the bass player? Is that Lardy?
No.
Or Desbro or one of them guys?
Well, no, Audie Desbro. He's the drummer.
I really don't know anything about Great White. I'm the first one to admit it.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is, but he looks like he's in a band.
Yeah, he looks like he's rocking. He's got the the guitar strap.
Yeah.
Looking all metal and hard rock.
Yeah. He's either in a band or off a pirate ship. One of the two.
Maybe he's taking after Phil Lewis.
Yeah. He's taking after Jack Russell, who shows up dressed like a pirate. But then you got this drummer here.
It is Great White.
Then you got this drummer. He looks like he might be a tech. You know, he could very well be a tech.
Mm-hmm.
Let's scroll back. Dude just got off of work. Still wearing his work shirt.
He's got his gas station, garage shirt on.
I wouldn't even call it that. That looks like a fucking cubicle shirt to me. And then let's find Mark Kendall. Mark Kendall just wearing some sort of t-shirt.
Yeah, with his backwards baseball cap and his glasses.
Yeah, where's he at? Let's see. Come on, where you at, Mark? He'll show up. There he is. Now, come on. Come on. He just rolled out of bed. All right, let's rock. And I know I'm being picky. I know that, but come on, boys. You have a fucking 35-year history.
Yep.
Look the part. A little. Or at least all of you decide on the same thing. If they all want to just have the rolled out of bed look, that's okay. But having one dude that looks like he wants to be there and the other guy's just showing up for business,
sure,
showing up to collect their money, that's not a good look.
Yep.
But yeah, he sounds fine.
He sounds okay.
Yeah. Is it luring you to go out to a show?
No, I haven't even seen the Mark Kendall's version. Because it just doesn't interest me.
I'm sure you will at some point. Dokken will play with them.
It's hard to say.
Are they on the same management or different management?
Different management because Jack is with Domagal.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that band, but Godspeed to them. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, well, I'm just curious how well they do on the concert circuit. Are people showing up there thinking they're going to get the Jack Russell version, or are they aware, or do they care, or is it,
I'm sure there's a good 150 people thrilled to see him every single show. I'm sure they do fine. Honestly, a band like that has to draw 1,000 people, or else it's not worth going, right?
You would think, yeah. I don't know what their asking price is. I have no idea. With both Jack's version and their version out there, I'm sure it waters down the asking price.
Yeah.
Because if a promoter wants Great White and say Mark Kendall's version is asking $15,000 or something,
right?
Jack Russell might go, I'll take 12. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I'm just curious because it dilutes the brand. And there's two of them out there, and obviously I've seen Jack's version a million times, and he still sounds like Jack Russell.
Yeah. He doesn't look like Jack Russell, but he sounds like him.
He's pretty feeble.
Yeah, he definitely looks a little like he's about to fall down, but
he's all shrunken up and feeble, and
but he gets out there, opens his mouth, and it's still Jack Russell.
He still belts it out.
Yeah, it is really it's when you see it, it's almost weird to see because it looks like some little old man being led, like Phil Collins being led out to the stage.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then he opens his mouth and it's just fucking all there.
Right.
So good stuff. But well, so much for that. real quick before we get into something, I did want to address a new feature.
Okay, I know we talked about it just briefly, but I'll let you tell the folks what's going on out there.
Yes. Well, forever and a day, one of the biggest obstacles that we have had is getting the live show on devices.
Okay.
So we worked out an agreement with with what's known as a fast channel network, which is like Pluto or Plex or one of those are considered fast channels.
Mm-hmm.
And we worked out an agreement with the Wowza TV fast channel network for both CMS, the CMS network and the Classic Metal Show 24/7.
Okay.
So if you have a Roku and you want to watch the show live on your TV through your Roku, you can now do that by simply installing the Wowza TV app on your Roku and then just search for our show and you'll find it. And there, you can either search Classic Metal Show or search for CMS TV. I watched it the other day for about an hour and a half. It works great.
Excellent.
So, if there are people that are, stuck to their phone or stuck to their computers and they want to watch and they've got a Roku, hook it up, brother. Simple. So that's all. I mean, it's just another little way that you can catch the show. So
Right.
So Wowza TV, thanks for adding us. Appreciate it.
Wowza.
Wowza, WOWZA.
All right, very good.
But yeah, it's a cool thing. Yeah. Sal, I'm going to punch you. Here's the deal about Rumble. And I've not been happy with fucking Rumble.
Okay.
Rumble did something in the last 2 weeks. They changed up the way they process the shows, like the videos that are uploaded and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They just flat out changed how it works. And for some reason, our videos are taking, at some points, days, or even the last week's show is still processing from last week, which means you can't see it until it's done processing. So it's just getting stuck in the mix. And I don't know if the video is too long or too big or something and it can't handle it. I mean, it is a big file.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10 or 12 gig. I mean, it's a big file.
Sure.
But that was the problem last week with Rumble, was some of the episodes were struggling to get up, whatever. And I'll say this, I would think it's common sense, but for somebody like Sal that doesn't have any, I'll say it anyway. Watch on one of the other fucking channels. We got every channel known to man. Watch it. First of all, watch it on theclassicmetalshow.com. It's always there. Everything is always there. If you go to theclassicmetalshow.com, I even added new tabs to make it fucking even simpler this week to figure out what's what on. I'm going to pull it up so that you fucking dumbbells can understand. Theclassicmetalshow.com. If you look now, let me pop this up here. Oh, that's the wrong tab. Fuck. I can't fucking win. I can't fucking win. Let's see here. Share screen. Classic Metal Show. There it is. All right. Let me make this bigger so you all can see it. All right. So you can see it now. See this box here? These are tabs. You can watch us doing the show live on 24/7. You can watch CMS TV, which is also us live right now. You can watch Odyssey live, which is also us not live. Or no, it isn't. It's the if you're not watching us live, you can watch that. Or you can go to the latest episode and you can see the full episode from the week prior.
The previous week, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. Does it matter if it's Rumble or not? No. Latest means latest. You can watch it there. Or you could scroll down the page and you can watch right here, which is always the CMS 24/7 videos. And when we're live, such as right now, you can see we're live. So, fuck. It's not that hard.
technology.
I know. It's like, where's the Rumble? Yeah, because I only post on Rumble, right? I don't talk about that the show is on every fucking platform known to man. It's on BitChute, it's on Odyssey, it's on Rumble, it's on Wowza now, it's on CMS TV, it's on these 7. If you don't see it in one place, go to one of these other places. Go to Twitter, go to Odyssey. D Live has it. Rumble, Wowza, 24/7, CMS TV. There's no reason for anybody to be bitching to me that they can't fucking find the show. If you can't find the show with all those options, you're a fucking idiot. So stop. Driving me fucking nuts with this shit.
Yep, just learn to accept different options rather than, well, if it's not on this option, I guess it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing. Everybody's bitching also about YouTube as well. YouTube, I'm purposely putting everything up a week late. Just so everybody knows, I don't want to be on YouTube. YouTube is fucking shit to me. And so I let it get all its plays, all the first run plays on every other platform. And then for all the dummies that don't listen to us for real, that are just stragglers that find us, they can find us on YouTube a week or two later. And Demon, no, you cannot watch it on YouTube. You can watch it a week later, but you can't watch it live. We're never going to be live on YouTube again, ever. We have too many outlets that actually don't censor. There's no fucking way am I going back to fucking faggot-ass YouTube. Just not doing it.
Yep, I agree.
No, I'm done with YouTube. I want to get all the shows off YouTube. If I can. But unfortunately, I got other forces and other people that want to be on YouTube. Eric, Seth. But anyway, that's what's going on. Wowza TV is the big thing this week. If you want it on your Roku and you want to watch it live there, you can watch it on your Roku. Pretty simple.
Sounds simple enough to me.
But I still suggest staying on Rumble, especially for the live show. I like the Rumble, and a lot of people watch on Rumble. So thank you, Rumblers.
Yeah. And hello, Rumblers. Good to see you.
Yeah. Like the Rumble, man. I just hope that they get this fucking processing thing. Yeah, we've been with Rumble, 3 years or so now?
At least.
And this is the first time they've had a techie glitch, so I'm not getting crazy about it. It's the first real technical problem that we've had. And I've emailed them, and I will say, in fairness, they emailed me back, and they're looking into it, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, that's the same email I would send anybody. It sends me any problem, but I love Rumble. I hope it does get cleaned up, because I'd much rather just have everything funneled to Rumble. But in the interim, while they get shit fixed, it's on other platforms. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. I just thought you weren't posting it to protect me or something.
Well, there was that big conspiracy out there too, that I was censoring the show. It's like, Go fuck yourselves with just censoring the show. I fucking left out there clip after clip of me talking about fucking groceries. The last thing I'm going to do is censor if I'm going to censor the show, that's what I'm going to censor. The shit I don't want to talk about.
Right.
Last thing I'm going to do is censor shit to protect you. You can protect yourself. You're a big boy.
Are you sure? All right. I stumbled across something this week on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but they offered and again, I always say this when I watch all these different documentaries, whether I'm a fan or not a fan, I'm always fascinated and curious.
Mm-hmm.
So they posted a documentary on Milli Vanilli.
I watched that, yeah.
And that was really good. I mean,
it's really good, but it was sad.
It was sad, but it was good from the standpoint that they talked to so many people who were involved with that, whether they worked behind the scenes or whether they were one of the performers, or they talked to that downtown Julie Brown, who she was promoting that MTV tour, and she remembers all the shit that was going on. And, you know, obviously they talked to, what's his name? Pilatus? No, he's the guy who died, right?
He's the one that died, I think.
Moran?
Yeah, Rob Moran.
Yeah. And they talked to him at length, and, you know, they just, you know, went very, very deep into the history of how, you know, Fab and Rob got to know each other, and
right,
you know, how they kind of rose to fame. And I think the big takeaway for me, and since you saw it, we can both talk about this.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty in depth. But the thing that was very interesting to me is that Frank Farian, the producer.
Yeah.
How this guy, he was basically a hit maker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he more or less engineered the whole Milli Vanilli thing, and obviously put together the musicians who actually performed those Milli Vanilli songs.
Right.
And how it was basically, you know, everybody keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, shut up.
Gotta wonder, this guy walked away with shit tons of money.
He did, yeah.
Shit tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
And these two, obviously, because they were the face of the band and the ones who, you know, who were the quote unquote the physical performers.
Yeah.
They're the ones who obviously paid the price for it.
Yeah.
But boy, that I don't know how to do you admire a guy like this, Frank Farian? Or do you think he's a dirtbag? You gotta. It's like
he's a dirtbag. He's definitely a piece of shit, but he's a rich piece of shit. He did it. Look, the music industry is only full of pieces of shit.
Of course. And
he was one of them. He saw an opening nobody else was exploiting, and he did. That's really what it came down to. Was he saw, you know, the way I read it, and I don't remember if they said this and I picked up on it or if I'm just thinking this. He kind of saw the Motown. He grew up as a fan of Motown.
Sure.
And he saw that you could manufacture bands. But when the 80s came, he understood that you had to have a face in front of it. You couldn't have an ugly guy like David Ruffin.
Right.
You know, with big dumb glasses and looking like an idiot.
Right.
You had to have a look that played for MTV.
Yeah. Well,
and he manufactured it.
He knows the importance of image.
Yeah, and he just manufactured it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the same as a lot of those Motown songs. You know, it's come out after the fact that a lot of these guys that, you know, a record might be, and I'm just going to throw names that are not necessarily accurate, but there might be a Four Top song that really was like three of the guys from the Temptations and one of the guys from the, you know, this band or that band, you know, because they just mixed and matched to make hits.
Yeah, it was a hit. It was a hit machine, or it was a hit factory, is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And all they needed was a different name, so that people would buy it and not think it was the same thing.
Right.
You know, this guy took that concept into the 80s when image became more important than the music.
Because of TV.
Yeah, and just weaved it all together.
He did.
He was smart, but yeah, he was a total scumbag. He was a scumbag to leave these guys fucking hang. That was the part that I really disliked that guy for, was when it all came crashing down, he disappeared he should have been the guy to step up in front.
Right.
Instead of letting these guys, who really just were two fucking yahoos, they took all the heat. You know, and that guy should have taken, I mean, dude, be honest. Up until you watched the documentary, you didn't know his name.
That's my point. That's why it was such a good documentary, is because, you know, they wove the story so well that you understand, you know, from the genesis of Rob and Fab meeting each other, and working their vision or their dream to become pop stars, and doing such a good job that they caught the eye of this guy and they go, hey, these two guys got that image thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
I could take my studio band people and crank out some songs, and these guys could be the face of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he figured out how to market and engineer that thing.
Yeah, and it worked.
And everybody bought it. Now, here's the other question.
Mm-hmm.
Being that, they had people like Clive Davis, who, Clive Davis single-handedly was, one of the biggest, promoted the biggest bands in rock and pop and in history,
Sure.
The head of Columbia, and he was the head of, different labels. Well, do you believe Clive Davis did not know it was not Milli Vanilli?
Not for 1 second. Not for 1 second. He was as guilty as anybody, but again, another guy that they let him go.
Right. Honestly,
I think they let him go because he was similar to like a Harvey Weinstein in that arena, that nobody wanted to fuck with him. Do you think that?
He's a legendary guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying he was raping his artists. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, but from the business standpoint, it's just like, well, he's a very, very powerful person in the music industry.
Right, not a guy you fuck with.
Yeah, so you don't bring Clive Davis down in this mix, and you go, I didn't know it wasn't them not singing. I signed them to my Epic label, but I didn't know it wasn't them.
Yeah. Dude, how embarrassing was it when they tried to prove that they were the same?
Yeah, we actually sing. Okay, well, sing some for us.
And he's like, blame it on the rain, yeah. It's like, holy cow.
That was too funny.
That was, I just felt for those guys, man. And the one guy killed himself over it. So,
well, he basically died of a drug overdose. Because in the movie there, Rob and Fab hadn't seen each other in a while, and that Rob Pilatus, Les was living in a crack house in West Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Just basically, just out of his mind on drugs.
Yeah. The whole thing was just sad. And I know you're not into it at all, but that album kicks ass for what it is. Pop music wise, that is a fucking great record. Blame It on the Rain is a great song. And, what was the big hit? Girl, you know it's true.
Well, that's the one that sunk him, was when that recorder started fucking up.
Yeah, exactly.
They kept singing, "Girl, you know it's true."
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you know it's true.
Yeah, and then, dude, when you were watching the documentary, could you just see Eddie Trunk getting madder and madder?
Well, they're not my genre, so I don't care what they do.
But see, he actually talked about how much he enjoyed that documentary on Twitter or Facebook or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he enjoyed it, even though it just shows how bad it is out there. He's like, see, now everybody does it.
Yeah, I know, but this was 1991.
Yeah, that was 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Yeah. Where's he been the last 30 years complaining about it?
Right, of course.
But yeah, I did watch it. It's a worthy watch.
It's a really good watch. Again, I was never a fan. I was, DJing in a rock club when this came out, and I just did not dig it at all. I just wasn't, I didn't care for them at all. And but I enjoy those type of documentaries, whether I'm a fan or not. I'm always interested in the behind the scenes, the inner workings, how people rose to where they were, and what was their secret to their success, and how they got to be. Now, do you think that after all this time, do you think that I can never remember this guy's name, Fab Morvan?
Yeah.
Do you think he has any money?
No, not at all, because they went to court and everything trying to keep the Grammy, and everything. They wasted all their fucking. First of all, they probably didn't get paid a lot of money because they, and again, I'll throw it to the world I live in today, dealing with royalties and stuff.
Sure.
They wouldn't get any. because they didn't sing on any of the stuff.
I know, but they were performers, and they did get paid to be performers.
They got paid as actors, though. Like whoever sang Girl, You Know It's True, whoever the actual singers are,
right,
would be the people collecting the royalties.
Well, I'm not talking about the royalties. I'm talking about the appearances. You know, they
got paid for that, but
the concerts and the appearances and, you know, the things that they did in that short run. You know, I don't know what kind of money that they grossed. Who collected the money? Were they paid as the performing artist, or did their people who marketed them, are they the ones who collected that money?
Or did that guy that manufactured them work it into his deal?
Where he collected the performance fees as well, or whatever, you know.
I'll just take 80% of your performance money. Mm-hmm. But you'll make still, your 20% will be more than you were making when you were two fucking nobodies in Germany or wherever the fuck you were.
Working in the German club as fashion models or what the fuck you were doing, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird because, dude, I don't know how much you remember that time in pop music. They were so popular that every other band started looking like them.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's a trend.
Yeah.
These trends just, you know, kind of, you know, get launched. And, you know, the record labels at that time, when there was a record label that had to market their artist, they had to catch lightning in a bottle. You know, it's like, oh, well, this is what's selling. This is what people are looking like.
Yeah, that was what, 88? Is that right? 88?
Well, they kind of broke on the scene about 88, but their rise in popularity was like between 89 and 91.
Right. Yeah, because I just remember I was in Korea when it broke out, and I was like, wow, this is fucking solid. And then, like, every other band that came out, I honestly, you remember that guy, Terrence Trent D'Arby?
Oh, yeah, of course.
The Wishing Well? Blame it in the wishing well, kiss and tell.
Right.
I thought he was one of the Milli Vanilli guys because he looks just like one of the Milli Vanilli guys, and he dressed the part.
Yeah, he had the dreads and the clothes and
and he broke out at the same time too. So I thought it was like I remember I bought it on CD in the PX in Korea, and I thought it was a solo record from one of the Milli Vanilli guys.
Sure. Or just a solo song on one of their records or something.
And there was a lot of those bands that they all sounded like that. You know, even like Sade kind of sounded like them.
A little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it was all based on that Milli Vanilli sound, but yeah, what a tragic end.
Yeah, no kidding. So that Rob, he they show him in his home life, or Fab rather. They show him in his home life with the wife and the kids, and you know, he more or less looks like a stay-at-home dad or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, where could he work without being just fucking ridiculed?
Well, the question is. Do people still remember it though? To where they could pick him out of a crowd, you know? Now with the documentary out, you know, obviously, but just say within the last decade.
Yeah, probably not, dude. Do you remember when they fucking goofed on him on In Living Color? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that's one of the all timers for In Living Color. When what was it? Was it Damon Wayans?
Damon Wayans, yeah.
Oh, so goddamn funny. Yeah, they took a beating. They really did take a fucking monstrous beating. I mean,
they became the joke of the world.
Yeah, they did.
Know? And you know, that's the whole thing. You brought up the whole Grammy thing that you know, everything was cool, but the minute they accepted the Grammy, you know, and got nominated and accepted the Grammy, it was just like, now you're really into fraud territory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though they were a fraud as it was, but to accept a Grammy for something that you had nothing to do with, boy, that's when people got a little upset.
Yeah, they did. It was not their smartest move, by any means. To actually, they should have just not shown up or something. They should have just not shown up.
Well, they should have never entered in to be nominated.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Fab who actually, threw his name in the hat.
Yeah. All right. Here's the In Living Color skit. This is so good.
I want to be Vanilli.
No, you can't be Vanilli.
I am always Vanilli.
No, but you can't be Vanilli 2 days straight.
Why not?
Because you are Germany and I'm from France.
Oh, now I get it.
Makes sense
Makes
to
sense.
me.
Milli Vanilli commercial, take 1.
Hello, we are Milli Vanilli. You know, a lot of people don't understand the enormous success of Milli Vanilli.
And neither do we. But we are here today to tell you that you too can be Milli Vanilli with lots of positive energy and our new do-it-yourself at home Milli Vanilli kit.
That is right. In just 10 minutes, count them 5, 10. You didn't think I could do that, huh? 10 minutes, you two can look and sound just like Milli Vanilli. Tell them what they get, Vanilli.
Well, for only $39.95, you'll get this.
Milli Vanilli hair.
Very easy to apply. And dye it whatever color you like. Plus, you'll get this.
Milli Vanilli eyes that will give you positive energy. What else?
Let's not forget our terrible accents. You'll also get this.
That's right. You listen to these cartoon characters. Pepe Le Pew, Boris and Natasha, Elmer Fudd. And you are almost ready to be Milli Vanilli.
No, but not yet.
No.
First, you go out and see the latest, hottest, freshest, exciting dances, but don't do them.
No. Do this instead.
Now you're doing Milli Vanilli.
So get a friend.
Because it takes 2 jerks to be Milli Vanilli.
And remember,
Don't forget our number. So act now because we are almost out of style.
Send $39.95 to Milli Vanilli, P.O. Box 227, Paris, California, 90029.
So fucking good.
I like them doing the dancing.
I know. Yeah, what a fucking beating those guys took. Holy cow.
Yeah, no wonder Rob, more or less just decayed to the point of death.
Yeah, to death.
Ugh. Yeah, so anyway, if you like music documentaries and you remember that debacle, which I'm sure most of our fans have, or
Oh, yeah.
but it's a good documentary. They talk to a lot of, the musicians and, the people who worked in the industry and the record label people and the promoters and DJs and everybody who were, involved with that in some way, shape, or form. And
Yeah.
it's interesting to hear everybody's different perspectives of it, where some people admitted, yeah, we were aware of it. We knew it, but we were told to keep our mouth shut.
Yeah.
And others were just like, yeah, we were really surprised when we found out it wasn't the real thing.
Yeah. I think a lot more people knew.
Oh, I'm sure they did, but they were making a lot of money.
Yeah, they didn't want to cut off their own money.
Of course.
It's one of those things where you just you hear something and you're just like, I'm just not going to say nothing.
Sure. I mean, if you got big bucks flowing into your bank account, you're not going to blow it for yourself.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah, because those guys generated a lot of money for the industry.
Yeah, they did.
So
a lot of money, a lot of interest, and then it just blew up in their face.
Right. All because of one goddamn recorder track.
That's right.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the clip of when he actually came out and tried to sing for real. Because that's fucking funny. Milli Vanilli sing for real. Let's see. Is this real long? I think this is it right here. Let's try this. Present. Here we go. See if this is it. If not, we may dump right out of this if it's not what I think it is. But all right, let's see.
Remember Milli Vanilli? I do. And the scandal that rocked the music world back in the 80s? These two guys, Rob and Fab, super nice guys, were based in Germany. They had a huge hit record called Girl You Know It's True, and in 1990 they won the Grammy for Best New Artist. They toured the world to sell out crowds. Two great-looking guys who were great dancers and had great voices. So far so good, right? Except they didn't have great voices. It turned out somebody else sang the songs on the album. All of them. They were singing at a concert one time, and the lip-sync tape started skipping. So all hell broke loose. I don't know why it was such a big story, but it was huge. I didn't know anything about it at the time until I got a phone call asking me to make a video to try to help save their careers. They had a new manager, and he'd hired a couple of coaches to try to teach them to sing their own song. Because they not only couldn't sing it, with their thick German accents, they couldn't even say it.
Don't you understand, girl? This love is true. This.
Remember when you were saying this? It's this. You have to put your tongue out. Let me see.
This.
Good.
This.
So I went and shot all this footage of them working with the coaches, trying to learn to sing the song, which they had to spell out phonetically so they could remember how to pronounce the words.
Girl, this love is
That
true.
top line there says, I'm in love with you, girl.
My love is for you. Is for you. That's right. Girl, you know it's true.
It was a crazy project, and the whole world seemed to be watching, like a lot of the stuff I work on. They practiced and did the best they could, and the whole idea was they were going to hold a press conference, and during the press conference, they'd give the Grammy back, and if somebody asked them to sing the song, they'd be prepared. They could just stand up right there and start singing. But man, they really couldn't. It's actually a sad story. I mean, both of these guys were sincere, nice people who got caught up in something awful that changed their lives forever. Sadly, Rob Pilatus died in 1998. It's more than a little ironic that most concerts these days use some sort of Pro Tools playback, at least for backing tracks. But still, I doubt anybody's going to try that again with someone else's voice.
I do remember that though when they were trying to learn to sing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was just brutal, man. Too funny. Oh my God.
Yeah, one of the biggest hoaxes in the business of all time.
Yeah. Do you think they're the only ones, or are they the only ones that got caught?
Oh, I think they're the only ones who got caught.
If you had to guess, who would you say might be others? And obviously, we have no idea.
I'm sure it's more of the pop-based stuff than anything else. I mean, obviously, you brought up the Motown thing.
Mm-hmm.
That, all of that was engineered. And then it all goes back into the 60s, especially with the Wrecking Crew.
Sure.
I mean, when it comes to like the Beach Boys, I mean, they're the ones that, they did have talent and stuff, but like the Pet Sounds album and stuff like that. That was all engineered by what's his name? Brian
Wilson.
Brian Wilson and the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Because that was all almost all done by the time the rest of the Beach Boys got back off their tour. And it's like, hey, we got a new album. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. We haven't even performed it. Oh, it's all done.
Yeah. It's all done. I've always, somebody put Jamie Lynn Spears up here. I've always had suspicion about fucking Britney Spears because she was awful young and she was like pitch perfect always. I was like, come on, really? I don't know. I've always thought maybe Madonna too.
Again, you don't know who's embellished and who's not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Because I know I saw Madonna numerous times early in her career, like 6 or 7 times I saw Madonna, you know, because I'm gay. But she always sounded just like her records.
Okay.
And it was very clearly not her singing. Like, she would be talking and she'd be like, all right, this next song, this is one called Crazy for You. I'm crazy for you. And, you know, all of a sudden it'd go into, all right, boom.
The whole pitch change.
Yeah, it would just be complete. And then she'd come back off and like, what'd you guys think of that? And I was like, well, I like that record. That's why I bought it. And, you know, it's like, oof. You know, so I've always thought there were pop. And you're right. It's mostly the pop music stuff, I would imagine. But I don't know. Do you think it when you hear some of these guys, how they sound now? Think maybe some of it was embellished, like Axl Rose.
And
he sounds so different.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna transition into that. But go ahead.
He just sounds so different now compared to, you know, the Appetite years.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I did see him live numerous times, and he sounded like he did on the records. But now when I hear him, and he just sounds like a squeaky mouse, it's like, all right, did he always sound like a squeaky mouse, or did his voice change? I mean, what happened there?
Yeah, and you know, obviously, people's voices do change over time. Usually it gets a little huskier.
Yeah.
You know, it's not quite as pristine as it was when they were young. And
sure.
You know, obviously lifestyle has a lot to do with it as well.
Right.
You know, drinking, smoking, drugging.
Right. Sure.
Weight gain, you know, all these other things have effects on people's vocals.
Sure.
So hard to say.
Yeah. But anyway, what were you going to talk about with him?
Well, I guess they debuted a new song.
Yeah, they sure did.
And I purposely did not listen to it. Is it called The General?
It's called The General.
Okay. Well,
like the bad insurance company.
All right. Well, pull that up because I wanted to hear it for the first time on the show.
Oh, it's a jewel.
And is it another one of these tracks that came off of the much maligned Chinese Democracy?
I think it is. I don't know. It's really not good.
Okay.
I'm not even going to say you decide for yourself. I've decided it's really not good.
Okay.
It's just not good.
All right.
But we'll check it out. We'll go through it and see what you think here. This is obviously it's live, so we're not getting the full effect. But
this is from L.A.
Yeah, from Hollywood Bowl.
Okay.
But here it is. It's The General. It's Guns N' Roses.
Okay. So we're gonna try a new song.
Good for you.
This spring. This could be very interesting. If there's ever a better place to fall on your face, I think this fucking counts.
I want to throw that chick off a balcony. The one that's screaming like an idiot.
Yeah, screaming.
Ugh. All right, good question, Jim, before we go further. Chinese Democracy or Nostradamus? Easy pick for me.
I'd go with Chinese Democracy.
I would go with Chinese Democracy as well. Chinese Democracy is definitely an average 5 out of 10, where Nostradamus is a negative 36 out of 10. It's just a fucking terrible record. All right, back to The General.
Okay.
Here we go.
This is called The General.
Why are you screaming?
Yeah, you've never heard this song before. Why are you screaming?
Yeah. And you heard one note, and you're screaming. Wow. Yeah! Shut up. Shut up. It's not Name That Tune, you fucking idiot. Oh, my God. All right, here we go. Well,
What is with these plotting songs?
this sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah. Well, Mark Miller sent over an email. I forwarded it over to you.
Okay.
He says the new GNR song sounds like Spinal Tap's Stonehenge.
Okay.
So he gave you two different videos, one of the GNR and one of Stonehenge for comparison.
All right. Well, let's try those. Let's see. All right, maybe this is a better video. I don't know. Let's see. YouTube. All right, this sounds like it might have better audio. So
Okay.
let's
And you
share.
won't have some girl screaming.
Hopefully not. Well, let's try this again.
All right.
Oh, what happened here? Why is this all fucky? All right.
This is called The General.
This is terrible. That stinks. That's really, really, really fucking bad.
Yeah. Not digging it.
All right, now let's get the
big alligator.
Yeah, what's that about?
He's the general, maybe.
Is he the General Gator?
The General Gator.
All right, let's see what this thing sounds like.
All right. So this is Spinal Tap doing Stonehenge.
Yeah, let's see how this sounds.
In ancient times,
It's kind of the same.
hundreds of years before the dawn of history, lived an ancient race of people. The Druids. No one knows who they were or what they were doing, but their legacy remains. Hewn in into the living rock of Stone Age.
All right, we get it.
I
guess the intro is the same, though.
The intro is very similar.
Yeah. The Spinal Tap's better. And they're just trying to be goofy. Yeah, that GNR is awful.
Yeah, and I'm not feeling that at all.
That is a bad song.
Mm-mm.
I guess Slash and them guys are just like, fuck it, whatever.
It's like what was that other last one that they released that they did live? What was that one?
Absurd.
There you go.
That was fucking terrible too.
That was an awful song too.
And so was Old School or Hard School or whatever. That wasn't good either. They haven't put out a good song since fucking Spaghetti Incident.
Yeah, 94.
I mean, it's been a long time. Let me see here. Guns N' Roses. Absurd. Yeah, let's check out some Absurd. This is just junk, too. Jesus. What happened? That's just my only question. What happened? They were so good for a minute. Here's Absurd. Just heard that on the radio, would you even think that's Guns N' Roses?
Oh, it's just like some punk band from the 70s.
Yeah, it's just crap.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They were going back to their roots, man.
I guess. There's something about being a root in there. Jesus Christ. It's fucking terrible. It's just terrible.
Well, I agree. It's just like, oof.
You know, I just don't know what they're doing.
Well, again, he's just regurgitating all the unused tracks from the Chinese democracy thing that took 11 or 13 years to.
Yeah, but why? At this point, no one cares. No one's sitting at these fucking shows going, man, gotta get me that General song. Nobody, other than that one stupid bitch. You know, nobody is sitting around going, man, I hope they play Absurd tonight.
Sure.
God, nothing would make this show better than hearing Hard School. Oh, just misery. Axl, I'm not going to say they, Axl completely lost it. He has nothing left creatively.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. I mean, he's not even trying to be creative. He's trying to use old songs from 2005. That's fucking 20 years ago. He's not trying anything good now. So, ugh.
Yeah. What's the purpose of rolling out a song like that during the live show? It's just like, I mean, this is obviously not a collaboration with the current iteration of GNR.
Yeah.
And it looks like, well, Duff and Slash, they just go along with it. We're glad to be making the millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. They're just like, fuck. All right, we got to play Axl shitty songs. Fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, making a whole lot more than I was in fucking Slash's Snake Pit or Loaded. That's for damn sure. I'll do it. Why not?
All right, well, there you are.
There it is.
Interesting.
Absurd.
Yay.
Well, the General, I can't wait for the studio version of that jewel.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I say we take a break. So what do you want to hear?
How's about if we go with Megadeth? Let's go with something that I'm not from The System Has Failed. How's that?
Okay. All right. Well, that works for me. So we'll play a few tunes, and I got some requests lined up. But if you want to get a request in there, request at theclassicmetalshow.com, and I'll try to slip your request in and make everybody happy.
Sweet.
Yay. All right. Well, here it is. It's Megadeth exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show. Hey everybody, it's Chris Akin from all the shows, and wanted to share with you one of my other passions other than music. That, of course, being coffee. Anybody that's listened to me knows that I love coffee. And I have found another great brand, ladies and gentlemen, that you guys need to check out. Simply named, no gimmicks to it at all. It's just Coffee Brand Coffee. It's fantastic coffee, and I am not kidding you. They have everything that you would possibly want. Their coffee is excellent. I like the Roaster's Choice, but they have the pumpkin spice and all that other stuff, all the flavored stuff that you might like. They've got K-Cups for you. They've got cold brews. They offer tea. They've got cocoa. They literally have everything that you would want. So if you're looking for a great coffee, if you don't want to just settle for the crap that they sell you at the grocery store, this is another fine alternative. Coffee Brand Coffee. Just go to www.bit.ly/CMS Coffee. One more time, bit.ly/CMS Coffee, and use the coupon code CMSPN to save a little bit of money, and you can get some of the best coffee that is available today. So one more time, it is Coffee Brand Coffee. We love it here at the Classic Metal Show, and you will too. So get some today, folks. Coffee Brand Coffee.